to this end of this module. So I really want this section to be more engaging and to show you more live section of how things are done in the live side of the development, right? Most of you have been using your local host, which is the XAMPP server, to host the website, to run the website, to play with the website and all of that. Yeah. So, but I want to show you a more realistic side of how you can get things on live, like deploy a website online easily, right? Deploy, if you want to deploy any app online easily, how to get it done. I think I explained it on the last module, how you can buy a domain name and how you can buy a server and how you can connect it using their DNS, right? If that is explainable to anyone, you can just use your hand, let me know. But if you don't understand that part, you can talk. This class, I want it to be more engaging. It's like seeing you physically right now, right? That's why I needed this section to happen. I could have recorded a video, right, for this section, but I needed it to more of question and answer. Yeah, just tell me your thoughts and everything, right? I don't need anybody. In fact, if you can unmute yourself, I need you to be talking. I want to engage with you guys, right? So that's why I needed this section to happen. So I don't want to be talking like I'm just going on the road, like nobody's engaging me or I'm not engaging anybody. Please, right? Yeah, are we on track?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, good. I like that. Yeah. So I will be sharing my screen now. I will be sharing my screen to show you how to um what's it called? So now I explained something about registrar. I explained something about registrar in the last class, and I explained what's it called? I explained how you can. Okay, once you see my screen, let me know. Okay, good. I think you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Oh, we
good.
Yes, we
can. Yeah,
can.
we can.
Good. Yeah. So this is an example. This is an example of a registrar, TrueHost, right? TrueHost is an example of a registrar. What they do is that they register your domain name, your server for you, right? And then once you can easily search your domain name here. If it's available, you purchase it. If it's not available, they will tell you if it's not available and all of that. But once you purchase it and buy it online, you will have it listed in your my domains area, right? And so you have it listed on your my domains area, right? Like the way you see this my domain right now. Now, if you want to manage your name server, you click on a domain. Once you click on the domain, you manage the domain, right? I've clicked on a domain now, which I just purchased. So you click on it and manage the domain name server. This is where to change your name server, right? Every server has a domain name, it has a name server, right? Name servers are like this kind of thing, like you're saying, like this DNS something something something, DNS something something something, DNS something something. They are name servers. So you are expected to put your name servers connected to your domain name, right? Once you put your name servers inside, and you can ask me, how do you get your name servers? Once you purchase your server, right? This is how to purchase a server. You go to their services, you see things like this. They are starter, they will list different plans for you, they will list different packages for you. You purchase it. Once you purchase it, you'll get an email where you will see your name server listed and your cPanel details will be sent to you, right? Once you do that, right, you are supposed to now copy that name server that's being provided to you and come to your domain name that you just purchased and fill it in. That's how you connect your name server to your domain name, right? That's how you connect your name server to your domain name, right? You just manage the name server here and connect it, right? Different registrar, but almost all of them have the same protocol to all these things that I'm saying, right? We have a registrar called GoDaddy, right? We have a registrar called GoDaddy. GoDaddy too has this kind of interface where you just go to your domain name and manage your name server. You just put in your name server here and change. You just change. That's all. Once you are done, a cPanel details will be sent to you. That cPanel details, you'll be asked to log into it. They will send you a particular URL to log into it. They'll send you a particular password and username to log into it. Once you log into it, you have this environment. This environment I'm sharing is what you have once you log into a cPanel details. These are how a cPanels look like, right? A cPanel is a management software used to manage your server. So if you want to put in any software, any programming app you want to host online, this is the kind of environment you have, like, to manage your software, right? So this cPanel automatically is connected to your domain name, right? It's connected to your domain name. Once you put your name server, right, connect it to your domain name, it's automatically connected to this environment that I'm here, right, that I'm showing you right now. So, right, so once it's connected, all you have to do, right, to know if it's connected is to go to your domain name, the domain name you purchased, access it, and see if it's showing anything at all right now. So, for example, I'm going to create a domain name now from scratch and show you something, right? I'm going to create a domain name from scratch. So I'm going to domains inside my cPanel now. I'm going to domains inside my cPanel. So I'm creating a subdomain from scratch. I'm creating a subdomain from scratch. So it's going to, I think, So I'm creating a subdomain from scratch. So I'm going to call my subdomain test dot the name of the main domain. I'm going to call it something like that. Submit. So I'm creating a subdomain.
Sorry, Coach. Is this same as the one you introduced on the model, like the Namecheap?
Yeah. So Namecheap also has this interface, right? That's why I said we have different registrar, right? We have Namecheap, we have GoDaddy, we have so many. There are too many, right? But the best of them is GoDaddy and Namecheap, right? GoDaddy is named for premium service, hosting service, premium, delivery of domain service and all of that. But if you want to go for a cheaper rate in your domain service and hosting service, you can choose Namecheap, right? They have a cheaper rate compared to GoDaddy, right? That's it. And based on your locality, like based on your locality, your location, your country too offers some best registrars, right? Like in Nigeria, I can list registrars like Go54, formerly Bluehost. I can list registrars like TrueHost, which is the one I'm using right now. I can list registrars like there are lots of them. You can go to Google and just search best hosting services, a lot of that. SEO will bring out, different services that you can choose, right? And you just have to pick depending on their pricing. That's what depends, and the reviews, right? So the reviews, so that you don't end up buying a server that does not serve you well, because there's probability for you to buy a server that does not serve you well. You can buy a server, and that server can be going downtime. Like, you know, that server has to be up. It's just like having a Facebook. There are sometimes that you see, so Facebook will just shut down for some minutes. The reason why is because their server is down for that minute. There are sometimes that Twitter goes down, that you be tapping a button on the Twitter. What is happening is that the server on the Twitter side is down, right? So sometimes all those apps have downtime in their apps, in their server. But the most important part is to have a server that serves you well 24/7. Not that it will now be down for over 24 hours. No, you understand. So for the best review, I can recommend GoDaddy, Namecheap, and for your local country, you can just reach out to me. And I don't know for Kenya, I don't know for, I can only say for Nigeria, South Africa, and I can say for UK, I can say for, you know, I can say for US, I can say for the rest, right? But I can't say for other, like other African countries like Kenya, Nairobi, you know, all those. I can't say. I don't really know. But most of them chooses all these global, you know, global registrars like GoDaddy, Namecheap, and all of that. Because obviously, GoDaddy is from UK, Namecheap is from US, and some people also choose Bluehost also. So depending on how your money is, you know, you have to have a budget for your hosting too. Like I explained in the video, like your server is the one providing the storage and the processing capability for your website. So it depends on what server you're choosing, how much you have to host that app or that software you want to, or that website you want to host, right? So it all depends on the cost, right? You might want to build a website, like for example, you might want to build an e-commerce website. If you want to build an e-commerce website, the kind of hosting that an e-commerce website we have is different from the kind of hosting that a normal business website we have. The reason is that an e-commerce website processes more dynamic data. Like I explained in module 1, the difference between dynamic websites and static websites is that the dynamic website changes over time. They process data, they post data, you know, there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of processing that is happening. Like for example, an e-commerce website. You have developed an e-commerce website, you listed products for users to come and add to cart, right? The user come to the website, they add the product to cart, they check out. Those are engaging processing factors that are happening, right? They process, they add to cart, they check out, they fill in the form, they pay, you know, that's a lot of exchanging data that is happening. It's different from a business website that somebody just built, that is just listing an information, just a slider, and people are just going there to come and check your information, and that's all. That's different. So the kind of hosting that we host that static website, right, is different from the kind of hosting that we host that dynamic website. So the hosting that we host the dynamic website will require more CPU. Require, because this hosting I'm talking about is just like your personal computer, right? But a giant one. You understand? A giant one. So imagine you having your XAMPP installed on your local PC. That's an example of a server. If your XAMPP can run on your PC, that's a server on your PC, right? Now you have a server that is on a giant PC. Those are the servers we are talking about, right? And when I mean giant PC, I mean PCs that are running almost 10 hundreds of tetra CPUs at a time, right? I mean giant CPUs. I don't know if anyone has been into a server room before. A server room is always made up of several giant PCs, right? You can search it on the net and search Facebook data center. When you search Facebook data center, you will see how massive their data center is, how massive their server room is. It's so big, right? It's so big. I can let me try and share you. Let me try to share you one. So it's made up of several PCs. Like, I mean, I don't want to call it personal computers. It's made up of several computers, right? several computers, Facebook data center. Okay, good. So can you say this is an example of it, Facebook data center, right? Just that's one of it, not they have many, right? In different locations, right? So this is an example of okay, this is like the largest Facebook data center located in I think in the US, right? So you can see how massive it is, and this is an example of a server room, right? This is an example of a server room. They have several these things that you are looking at, they are like giant PCs. They call them giant PCs, right? Because giant PCs process more data than normal personal computer, right? We're talking about PCs that are running different calls of CPUs at a time. So, and the reason why is that imagine billions of users on Facebook, right? You need more processing units for it to process their data at seconds, right? So imagine Facebook running on a personal computer, which was the first server that when it was built that time. That's the first PC that was running it, right? Obviously, it's going to crash because when 10,000 users land on it, it's going to be born, right? So imagine your personal computer. When you load a software that is bigger than your personal computer, what happens? You see it's sluggish. It gets sluggish. You cannot even tap your mouse easily. Everything will just be doing sluggish lens and all of that. That's just what is happening, because it means that your CPU cannot handle the level of data that is stored on it. So that's why you needed a massive data center to host a app like Facebook. Twitter also has that kind of massive data center, like, and it goes on to Apple like that. All of them have their data center, very, very massive, right? Very, very massive. So that's it. Some universities to have their data center. If you're in any uni, you can ask around. Okay, how if you ask around, maybe your IT department in your university or in any locality you are, ask around. Try and have a look of how a data center it looks like a server room, right? Or a cyber calf, right? A cyber calf too has a mini data center, just a mini. They have routers, they have switch, they have some desktop computer running. The desktop computer that has almost like um let's say 10 terabytes of hard disks, and then CPU can be like gigabytes, 10 terabytes. Which second? Hello. Okay. So that's it. Yeah. So enough on enough on. I just want to show you how you know how a what's it called data center looks like, right? And that's that. All these registrars I'm talking about, they too have a data center. Sorry, they have their own data center, right? And that's why they are offering us their services, right? So they are offering you the services that come and buy space from us, come and buy storage from us. We host spaces for web apps and all of that. So all you have to do is to go to their website, purchase the storage space, which is their services, purchase it, and they will provide you the login to the space. And the login to the space will lead you directly to where? To your cPanel. Because every server needs a management software to undo it, to operate it. You cannot run a server by writing, gone are those days that people run a server by writing codes. You need to do some command line for you to access your server. Those days are gone. Now you have a software called cPanel that can help you manage your server. And inside the cPanel, we have a lot of tools, like I explained in that last video. We have a lot of tools. We have your email tools. This is where you create your email accounts for your domain name. When you see somebody saying info at something 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 something.com, that's where they create their what's it called, that email from. They create it from the server area. When you have database, you can access your database through the management software, which is this section. You can access your domain area, which is this section. You know, a lot of things you can access from cPanel, right? But for tonight, I'm just going to go straight to the main business, which is for us to, you know, run our CMS live directly, right? Instead of using local XAMPP, I want you to see how you can run it live, right? Instead of using XAMPP, right? So XAMPP is a local way to host your CMS. But now online, you can easily just go online without using XAMPP at all, right? Once you purchase your domain name, you have purchased your hosting, and you have your access to your cPanel, all you have to do is to what? Go directly to install your CMS, right? And it will be installed without you facing an issue of setting up a database and all of that. Automatically, it will be installed, right? That's the age we are right now. You don't need to disturb yourself. But for the troubleshooting days, you might be hooked at some point, right? Like, for example, let's say you have created your website on the local side, which is the XAMPP, and you want to migrate it online, right? So some people create websites offline, which is using XAMPP, and they want to migrate it online. How do you do that? You have to go through the manual way of creating credentials. What do I mean? Now, if I have a file in my XAMPP right now, you all know where your file will be stored in your htdocs, your XAMPP, right? If you want to upload it on the internet, what do? You go to your files, this files area. You go to your file manager. This is your file manager area. This file manager will show you where you will upload, what's it called, your data, like your web data, that thing that is inside your htdocs, right? But you will have zipped it. After zipping it, now you will now come to this file manager to come and upload it. Now, I was creating what's it called, a test domain the other time. It has been created, and this is it. This is test. I created test dot this domain name. So I'm going to access this domain name now to see. I'm going to access this domain name now to see if our domain name has been created. So I want to access the domain name now. It has been created. So once you have your domain name created, right, this is first thing you will see. You will see something like index of. If you notice that inside your XAMPP too, you have this kind of environment. When you first create your folder inside your XAMPP htdocs, you have this kind of environment, right? So index of blah, blah, blah. It means you don't have anything inside your folder, your file manager. So what I will do is that I will now go and upload my web folder that I have in my htdocs. I will now upload the zip here. So what will I do? I'll just go to my folder, which is this. This is what is inside CGI bin. You can see online to. Let me just share my entire environment so that I don't have to be coming. Okay, good. Yeah. So with this right now, you can see that I'm having CGIM bin, right? If you go to your file manager, right, you have your CGIM bin too. So if I create any file now, let me create an index. Let me create an index file, which is the first file to be accessed by your by your website, right? So I'm creating it. So if I try to reload this thing now, it will not see this index again. It will see empty. Why is this in empty? Because there's nothing inside your index, right? So you can see your index now, but you cannot see anything. So I'm going to edit my index now. and then call it, just say HTML, right? Just call it HTML, right? And then just group, write group, right? I just write group and then save it. Once I save it, I'll go back to my online and access it, and you see that that name will be displayed. So it means that you have successfully what, deployed your domain, right? Your the name is connected to your server, and then you are good to go to launch your CMS. That's what it means. So it means that automatically it also means that you can easily upload your web folder that you have in your XAMPP. Just upload the zip here and extract it out. That's all. And make sure that it can access your index easily, right? So anything you have here, so you can just click on this upload. You go and pick whatever folder you have, right? Go and pick it in your cPanel, your C, XAMPP, htdocs, and then pick whatever folder, right? Pick whatever folder you have done, right? So I'm picking, let me just pick I think I created let me use something there now. Okay, let me just pick this. So but you can't upload a folder, you have to zip it. Like I said, you have to zip it. You have to zip your folder. So first thing I have to do is to what, go to my XAMPP, go to my XAMPP and zip add to archive, then zip it, right? Good. So I'm trying to zip my folder. So why I'm zipping the folder, right? So it has created the, can you see it has created it here? So all I have to do is just pick it and upload. Once I upload, I will extract it out, right? So that's how it is. So now for the benefit of uploading your CMS live, you know that you just downloaded your WordPress CMS, right? You've downloaded your WordPress CMS. So all you have to do is to go to that CMS that you just downloaded, right? Go to it. Where's the htdocs here? Let's say you want to do it manually. So just go in there, upload the file. So I'm uploading it right now. So I think our zip is done. Okay. So I can upload as many as, yeah. Oh, this zip must be so big. What could be inside? I don't think it's HTML, normal HTML that is inside this thing. So I think what I will do is that let me go to our VS Code and create that. That's what I'm going to do. I'll just zip it so that I don't waste our time. So I'm going to this folder that we created, that normal website that we created the other in the first week, right? So I want to go and create that folder. So okay, I'm creating it. So all I have to do is just zip this guy, copy, and put it copy and put it. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to just zip this the guy and then upload the zip folder. Okay, file. Okay, that means that's not extracted here. Okay, still trying to create it. Okay, let's wait for it. Do anybody have any question? Questions so far? So we're in the middle of transferring the files online. So that's what we're trying to do. So if you have any question so far, you can ask before it uploads. This file should not be more than this. I think it's uploading something else. And we want to upload what we did in the module, like the last week module. So, right. So let's now go back to the file manager. So what we have on the file manager is we've uploaded our CMS. This is what we have. This is what we did last week. So I'm going to delete the first index I created the other time and then extract the what we did last week, right? So I'm going to extract it now. So you just click on it and click on extract on top, extract files. So it's going to extract the folder. It will create this folder. So all you have to do is to go inside the folder, copy everything inside, select all, and then move back it, like move it inside, outside, like move it outside, right? So it will be outside so that your domain name can see the index straight, right? So you have moved it now. So you have your index and CSS live, like inside the folder. So if you go to your domain name now to access it, it will access your index, right? So this is what you can remember what we created last week and all of that. So it's now you've successfully moved your folder online. That's how to deploy it online, whatever you have in your mini project, right? You have successfully deployed it online. You understand? So that's how that works. So but for the CMS part, if you want to deploy it online, there's a faster route and there's a manual route, right? The faster route, which is where everybody wants to go, which is obviously what everybody will want to choose, right? Let me clear everything inside this our domain name. I'm clearing it now. I want to delete it, right? So I'm going to delete it, right? Once I delete, so the faster route, right, is to when you land on your cPanel, the first thing you see something called Soft Aculous App Installer, right? There's a shortcut here already for WordPress CMS, right? All you have to do is to click on it, right? You click on your software. There are softwares that you can install. These are different CMS softwares that can be installed, right? And PHP, that's another advanced level, sure, but let's just stick to WordPress for now. So if you click on it, it will ask you that what do you want to install? So you say install now, right? It will ask you which domain name you want to install it on. So you go and point your domain name which you just created, which is test dot. You point it. Once you point it, it will ask you that what is your site name. You can give it like SDST 2026, right? Site description, you can call it student work. You can call it student work. And yeah, so it will ask you to create your credentials, which is where you created. This is where you created your credentials. Just copy the password automatically, and then all these ones you can leave. You can just uncheck it, right? They are not important, but you can just they are plugins that comes with the installations, right? That's their job, right? So you just have to provide a default email address. Provide the default email address like info at the domain name you're creating, the domain name you just created. So you can just write, you can even just write info at example.com, right? So that it will just allow you can edit it later, right? So install, so it automatically installs the CMS on your server, which is connected to your domain name. So once this is done, if we go back to where we have our, it will be loading something else, right? This is loading our CMS now, right? So we are meant to log into our CMS by adding /wp admin on it, right? Once you load it, you now have your dashboard, right? So as you have this your dashboard, the first thing for you to do is, like I said, is to install your what? Your templates, right? I used to install your template. So, and I'm going to show you how to install a proper template, right? Manually, not the ones that they provided, right? So, which is what most people do, right? All you have to do is to purchase your templates, which you must have purchased like from the template directories, like that I showed. There are different template directories. Like I'm going to show you one now. It's called teamforest.net. So this is a template directory. You can see different web softwares are here. So if you want to buy any websites or software tools, this is the marketplace for it. Teamforest.net. This is the marketplace for it, right? So if you want to buy whatever templates you need, whatever tools you want for your website or your software to be good, this is where to go to, right? They have several tools here, right? So if I want, let's say I want a business website, all I have to do is to come here and search business in WordPress. So it will list different look and feel for me. Can you see them? And their price, right? And their price, right? But I have purchased one already for this class so that we don't have to purchase another one here, right? But if you want to purchase in case of another time, all you have to do is just come here, search different looks and feel, and then go through each of them. You can just go through each of them by clicking on their live preview to see how they look like before you purchase them. So how they look is how your website will look like, right? And you can also tweak them, you can also modify them to suit what you want, right? Using the knowledge you have gained from the classes, right? So, right, you have different look and feel. This is a look and feel, right? This is a look and feel. This is a different look and feel. So you can just go inside them and see how those websites looks like, right? It's loading. So this is how the website looks like. So if you like this, you can feel like, okay, I like this. You buy now and purchase, right? So, but the one I will be showing us, which I've already purchased, right, is called Echo. Echo, yeah, Echo WP. Aha. So this is it. This is how it looks like, right? This is it. So in Echo, you have different templates for different kind of purpose you want. You have the one for business, you have the one for corporate, consulting, digital agency, marketing agency. If you're a web design agency, you are selling ebook, if you want to create a website for e-conference, you want to create a hosting, website where you'll be selling services like the Google Host and the Namecheap likes. If you want to launch your mobile app, if you want to, different websites, landing pages for different functions, for catering, cleaning, and all of that, right? So these templates accommodates everything. So all you have to do is to purchase it and get it. But I've purchased it, so I'll be installing it now in our CMS to show you how to do that in case you buy another one next time that you want to use. So once you get to your CMS, you go to your themes, you add new themes, right? And you upload your theme. So how do you upload your theme? If you are uploading your theme, there are two ways to upload your theme. Is either you upload this through this dashboard, right? Or you upload it through your cPanel. How do you upload it through your cPanel? If you have installed your CMS successfully, you go to your file manager. Once you go to your file manager, you go through to your domain name, right? Your domain name, you access something, a folder called WP content. Inside the WP content, you have plugins, themes, upload. In your themes, this is where you upload your theme folder, right? This is where you upload your theme folder. I will show you how a theme folder looks like. A typical theme folder looks like this. When you purchase a theme, right? This is how a typical theme folder will look like. Let's start it here. I think I just start it here. Okay. Come. Okay. So this is how a typical theme folder looks like. A theme folder, we have, documentation, licensing, plugins, and the theme itself, and the child theme, right? So this is the theme itself. This is what you are installing. This one that has no child with it, right? This is what you are installing, and this is what you are going to upload to your what? To your cPanel. This is exactly what you're going to upload to your cPanel, right? So what you can do is to upload it, right? Upload, go directly to go and upload the zip wherever it is, right? You go and select the zip wherever it is. So if you have purchased it and you have downloaded the theme, all you have to do is to what? Go and access. So you access your theme and then you upload. So once you upload it, it will, it will it will show complete. Once it shows complete, then you can go back to your dashboard and install it and activate it, right? So we're waiting for it to upload. So the reason why sometimes it's not good to upload from this front end, you can also upload from this front end, but sometimes it takes time, right? So it's better to just upload it from the what? From the cPanel directly. So you know that you're not disturbing yourself with errors and all of that. Sometimes if you upload directly from here, sometimes you see some errors like uh what's it called, maximum execution time elapsed and all of that, those kind of thing. So it's just best to upload directly from the cPanel, right? But sometimes if your team is not too big, let's say if your team is like 5 meg or 3 meg, obviously this is the best way to go. You just go and choose it wherever it is in your local PC. Choose it here and then open. That's all. It's your upload, right? So once it uploads here, we're going to extract it out and then we're going to see it in this our team directory. Gonna see it through this our team directory here. Yeah. So we're waiting for it. Do anybody have any question for me at this stage? Hello, nobody's talking. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Hi, coach. We can hear you. I've got a question, but my question is not on this
Okay.
level, so I'll ask when the time is right. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So let's check if that's uploaded. No, not yet. So you have to wait until this it turns to green. Yeah, exactly. When it turns to green, you're going to see it here. So it's here. So let's unzip now. Extract it out. Once you extract it out, you reload. Once you reload, you go back to your dashboard and then refresh now your team is available. So you can activate. Once you activate, you'll be provided to, install all the plugins that matters to it. That's the next thing to do. You install all the plugins. Like I said, plugins are the functionalities that make your website, you know, work. They are like the functions, they are like the effects that makes your website looks good, right? Without it, the website cannot be complete, right? And functions like the page builder, the slider, the forms, and all here. If you are going to be selling something on your website, you need a plugin called WooCommerce. So those are the functions that will come with it, right? So let's activate all of them. So they have all been activated, right? So now the next thing to ask yourself is, how do I get my website, right? How do I get my website? If you want to get your website, all you have to do, which is all those look and feel that you can see online, right? All these look and feel that we are seeing, the one for business, corporate, so there's something called in demo data, right? These are examples of demo data, right? So people import demo data so that they can easily fast track with development, right? So if you import your demo data, you can easily work with those data and then edit and customize and all of that for you to get your website on, right, in minutes, right? So what you would do is go to your dashboard. Once you get to your dashboard, the next thing to do is you find your team options, right? This is your team options here. It's always any team has its own team option. There's no team that does not have its team options, right? Once you get to the team options, you will see something like import demos beside it. Once you click on it, yeah, you can see all these demos, right? So anyone you want to work with, anyone at all, right? You just have to import it. So you import and say yes to import. So it will import your demo data, right? Before now, this is how our website looks like. This is how the website looks like. When the demo data is on, it will change totally. This is how the website looks like. When the demo data is on, you will see something else. Yeah. So can you see, right? Can you see now you have something to work with, right? Good. So that's how you have your demo data. So with this demo data now, you can now start customizing, editing your data and all of that. And how do you do that? For this first page now, you have a page that is the landing page, this first page. How do you edit the first page? All you have to do is to go to your edit page, right? Go to your edit page on top, and then you will see a page builder attached to it. It's that page builder you are going to work with. So the same way you have your HTML, CSS that you have to edit them, write some things to them. So now you don't need to do the work of customizing here, like writing CSS for it. Everything is already in place. All you just have to do is to change your content, change your images, change your text, change your logo, change your button direction, like URLs and all of that. So that's the only thing you are working with here. So there's no need to bother yourself about writing a CSS from start, or you want to write a HTML from start, right? Everything you are looking at here is almost an HTML written, but it's behind, right? So that's why we call it a no-code development, because you don't need to write any code. All you just have to interface yourself with is a CMS platform, which is the content management system, right? So all you just have to do is to manage your content, edit, and all of that. Like now, for example, our home page is like this. If our home page is like this, the first thing we can see here is this Echo Business, right? Echo Business can change to a logo here, right? How do you do that? You go to your team options to change your logo, right? Go to your team options, you see header, you see all these settings, you change all these settings, business, call, all this kind of thing, you change it, and you change logo and all of that. And if you don't understand anything about the team, that's why every team comes with a documentation, right? There's no software you write in this life that you will not write a documentation with it, because this is the documentation that will guide your users on how to use your software, right? So anybody building a team or building a software, you must write a documentation to it. It's just like buying freezer, buying television, buying a car. There's a manual, there's a documentation that comes with it on how to operate those machines. So if you don't understand anything that is going on your team, and you need a proper understanding on how to do it, maybe you want to change logo, you want to work with something, you want to edit something, there's always a documentation attached to it. So the documentation attached to this team is always inside the folder of that team you purchase. So if you go to the documentation, you try to access it, you have a whole document of how that team works. This is the documentation of the team. So if you want to understand everything, so you first go through this documentation to understand, okay, how do I install the team? How do I edit my logo? How do I do this and all of that? Everything, how do you import your demo content? Everything is there, right? Everything. You just have to go through it and follow the guidelines, right? So, right. So once you become a pro in this and you are doing it, you might not need to go through the documentation again, right? So it's something you're already used to. You know what to go and you know where to go and touch, you know where to go and so it's not a big deal again. So that's it. So yeah, I think I've been able to show you how to import your demo content, which is why I wanted this meeting to hold, right? Everything will come with its own demo content. You don't need to bother yourself. Once you install a theme, it will come with its own demo content. It is that demo content you're going to be editing, changing the images, and all of that. Like, for example, this slider right now, this slider you're seeing right now, you can easily change its content where in this slider, right? You edit it and you change it, right? You edit it and you change the slider. So if you go to the slider environment, you can see, let me go to the slider now on top. This is the slider here. So you're going to see all these things that is changing here. You're going to see it here. Yes, that's fine. Can you see? This is, yeah, so you can change the content here, come here and write your own content, right? If I say SDST 2026 and then save, right? Automatically, if you reload your what's it called? Your website, you're going to have that content. Can you see? Right? So, and if it is this guy you want to edit, this guy's here, you go to your page, go and edit your page. These are the icons, right? Icon box 1, icon box 2, icon box 3, right? This icon box 1, icon box 2, icon box 3, right? So you can edit them one by one to see, change their content, innovation solutions, right? Which is what is here. You can change the content to whatever. If you want to change the icon here, this particular icon, you already have it in place here, right? See the icon side here, right? So you can, choose a custom image for your icon, or you choose, from the list of the icon library they have here, right? So there are different icons here you can choose, right? And then, you have all these things, right? So you can choose different icons. I can choose, let me choose this and then updates, and then let's see, right? So this guy should change now. To change to that icon I just choose now. Can you see? So that's how to edit, and then you just edit it down like that. And if you don't like any section here, you can easily delete. You can delete the section if you don't like the section, or just have to go and delete this section. Now, if I delete this icon box section now and update, right? You won't have this icon box again here. You won't have this icon box again, right? Can you see? There's no more icon box. So this is just, you just have to play with different elements, try to customize it to your own taste, how you want it. Using the knowledge, all this knowledge that you have gained from HTML, CSS, you can also apply it here, right? You can also apply it here. All these colors, you can, change it yourself. You can apply different, there's a structure of, for HTML also, you can add your own, you can add your own. If I search raw HTML right now, you can build your own, write your own HTML also from here, right? You can add anything like tags, like H1 tags here and all of that, and then it will work, right? So this is how this works, and we have come to the end of, this wonderful section, right? Let me know if anybody has any question, right? And yeah, I'll take it from there. Yeah. Question time.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for this session, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so my question is around web development itself,
Yeah.
and it's about the fact that I just remembered now that when you were working on the WordPress, that at some point, like way back, I'd worked on WordPress before, and I was able
Okay.
to just have a little website, though that was like I'd not even learned web development then. So I was now
Yeah.
thinking that what did I do? Because I'm not sure I went through all this process. Though I didn't
Okay.
launch it, I didn't launch it. I was able to see it on my own, and probably if I share the link with someone, maybe they will be able to access it as well. So I was now thinking that what did I do then? Because Would it
Okay.
be that I don't know? I don't know. I know you have the understanding of probably what I did. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you did. You don't need to. Yeah. So WordPress has made it easy for some newbies. Like if you don't know the technicalities inside it, right? Right. Which is installing it directly from their website, right? So they did something like a commercial website. It is called commercial website, right? Which when you go to wordpress.org, I think, or .com, which is the commercial one. When you go to it, you can easily just install a website there, right? And they will give you a link to it, right? Easily. And you can set it on your phone. You can create a blog on it. You can create different people use it for blogging and all of that. But aside from that, WordPress is bigger than that. Like it's bigger than that. But people don't know the how will I put it? They don't know the the ah they don't know the amount of work that thing they are playing with can do. Like, so what I mean is that majority have it in their knowledge that WordPress is just meant for blog. Sometimes ago, like some years ago. Now the whole knowledge has shifted. That old website, that old WordPress can host a whole app, can host a whole software, can build a whole CRM, can build a whole enterprise solution for people. But people don't understand that part. And that's the part I just showed you, which is how you deploy it on your own server. You deploy it, it has a database, right? You deploy it. So there's a commercial one and there's a deployment one that you have to deploy it for a particular purpose. Like now, you want to deploy a CMS for a web landing page that you want. Like, let's say you want to collect people's form, you want to collect people's data. If you install it from their commercial side, they will only give you the blogging side to it. The blogging side is just for you to set up a blog, let people post and comment. That's that's not really the work. That's just the commercial side. But the deployment side, now you have different templates. I showed you a template website the other time where see this template website now, right? In this template website, you have, can you see, you have e-commerce, you have education, you have entertainment, you have non-profit, you have real estate, you have directory and listing. So there are several things it can do aside from that commercial thing that people knows it to do, which is easy. You can easily just go to let me go to wordpress.com now. I can easily set up a mini website in minutes, right? In minutes. Like it won't take you, it's fast, it won't take you anything. All you have to do is just do get started, sign up and all of that. You will log in and all of that, and then your website is set up, right? But if you see that website, you wonder, what is this? This, you cannot compare this to somebody that deployed it on the server, because that one that is being deployed on the server, we have a well structured logo, everything. You can customize it easily, and you can apply your CMS and HTML to it and all of that. So it's totally different, right? It's totally different, right? So if you don't go through this route, obviously you are just going through that commercial side, right? That commercial side. Because on all, maybe probably you go through all these hosting people that help you to set up websites too without you, there are some hosting people that will tell you that set up your website in minutes and all of that. You just follow their guidelines and they will just help you set up something, right? That kind of thing. But if you are looking like maybe somebody contract a work to you, develop a website for me. This is what the website will do. I want it to have a slider. I want it to have a contact form. I want it to have a section where galleries will be listed, all those kind of things. You cannot use that kind of approach for it. You have to deploy that CMS first on the server. Then you will now install a template that can suit that particular purpose you want it for. A template that will have a slider, a template that will have a gallery, a template that will have a contact form that you can work with. Do you understand? So you have to choose your template carefully. So when you choose your template, it is then that you now be applying your sense of editing, customizing, and all of that to it. So yeah, I don't know if that throws more knowledge to what you asking. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It does. Thank you so much, sir. I don't
Yeah,
know if it
yeah.
applies to what we see recently on AI as well, because I
Yeah.
found out
Okay.
about some tools, some AI tools that can work on website and develop in few minutes. But I was just
Yeah,
thinking that what if I need to make maybe adjustments to the website and
exactly.
all? Is that possible?
Okay.
So I really
That's
don't
a
know how
good
that
question.
works.
That's a good question, right? I try to not run away from AI at the same time and try to use AI for most web development tools, right? So this is how it works. AI has its own space, right? And that's why you need to have a good background of what you're doing. And that's why you are going through that HTML CSS background. If you don't have that background, you cannot modify anything. You just be looking at AI doing stuff for you, right? So, what happens when you get stuck with AI and you don't know what is happening? That's where your knowledge of web development comes in, right? So, AI is just to fast track your work, to do it, you know, in a way that you have set it, the instructions and all of that. When it does it and it extract the zip for you to host, right? Now, if you want to adjust anything, AI can easily just you can tell AI to say, okay, you know what, I need you to adjust this thing to AI to there are some AI that will go that deep to adjust it for you and all of that. But there are some places that AI will do it for you and you feel like, you're not getting this thing, AI, please. Do you understand? So it's like saying change this color to this so color. And AI is changing it to a color that is looking like the color, but it's not exact color, right? In that sense, nobody will employ somebody that doesn't get the exact what they want to do, right? So I told you to change the color from blue to green, and I have a color code for it. I told the AI to do it, but AI is giving me something that is looking like it, but it's not really like it. How do I go about it? I can easily download the zip from AI because I have a knowledge of CSS and HTML. I can now import that folder that AI has given me, import it in my VS Code, edit that code, and understand that code, and go directly to where that color is, and go and edit it myself to whatever I want. So you see the difference. So AI has helped you to one point, you know. Now you have to come up with your own better understanding to help the AI to improve better, because every AI you are looking at, there's a there's a man programming behind it. The AI is not just working for itself, right? There's somebody that wrote an agent for it, right? That wrote its own instruction for it, how it's going to work, how it's going to perform, right? Without those instruction, all those things will not work. So if the AI is not built to a perfect solution to develop whatever idea you want on your development, you as an human must help it to what? To get to that purpose. And to help you to get to that purpose, you need to understand the basics. And that's why you are learning the basics. Do you understand? So I will not say you should
Yes, sir.
remove AI totally. No, it is good because that's the world we are going to right now. Everybody's looking for how to launch things in less than 1 minute, how to launch things in less than 3 minutes, right? So you want to use that culture, yeah, it's good, but you need to understand what that culture means, right? Not just using it. You need to understand it, because when you get to a bus stop where AI is disturbing your head and you don't understand what the AI is doing, you need that knowledge to train the AI that, okay, don't worry, you have helped me a lot. Just let me grab it and then put my own what's it called? My own addition to it. And that's how you make a perfect system, right? The whole Facebook that you are looking at today was not built with an AI tool, right? Easily now you can go to an AI platform and say, I want to develop a whole Facebook platform, and the AI will develop it for you, right? But when it develops it for you, it cannot be like what human beings have built. Lie, lie, it can never. There will be a difference. You will see the difference. You understand? You will see the difference, because there's a way it will act that the other one will act that you cannot act totally the whole system. because this system has gone through a lot of, a lot of back and forth corrections and all of that, different UI editing and all of that before it comes to that reality. AI is just building a model for you, so it's different. Do you understand? It's just like comparing a robot to an human being, right? You cannot have a perfect robot. Maybe we will have it in the next 20 100 years to come, a robot that will be giving birth, a robot that will be having I know there are robots that are having some emotions, but maybe we'll come to that, but it's not available yet. But it's still human being behind it, right? If the AI is if the robot is malfunctioning and doing something, who will come in between and edit the instruction? It's still human being. So if the human being does not understand the instruction given to the AI, what will happen? The robot will just be acting on its own, and there's nobody to, modify it, to correct it, to be in order. So that's why you need that understanding to be able to manage the AI. AI is not a problem, and it's not a threat. It's meant to be used and to be managed to what's it called, to fast track your work. Right. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, coach.
Question. Yeah.
I've got a question. Sorry. So my question
Yeah.
is not on this what you just said. No, I think it's more so on what I was going through on the last module, where I think you remember the part where you had to like extract the WordPress to the notebook, the notepad. Sorry, don't know if you remember. There's a place where we
Extract the website to Notepad.
no,
Okay. Okay.
the
Then you can continue. So maybe I will get to it through.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a part where you put, I think, the database name and all of that, and then you left the
Oh, oh,
password
oh, oh,
empty.
oh, oh. You are talking about WP config?
Yes, except there's that point exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
So
You need a
there's a point.
clarification on that, right?
You said what?
You need a clarification on that.
Yes, there's a point where you left the. My question is on that part where you left the password empty. Like, so is will it get to a point where we need to like put in a password after, or is it just going to be like that?
Okay, okay. So the reason why that password is empty is because XAMPP recognizes no password for the database. So that's
Okay.
why. But if it is online, like what I showed now in the cPanel, you need to create a database user and you need to create a database password for it. But what I did now is that I have a software, like that software that you saw, Software Plus software. It helps you install everything without even touching the database. It installs it automatically. It will create the database for you. It will create the password for you. It will create everything instantly. That installation you saw, it will install everything you just went through on XAMPP. No, no, you don't need to be setting password. But the reason why you have to go through that stage to understand it is because so that you can know what you are doing in case you need to edit your database password. How do you go about it? You need to know the understanding. You need to know the roots of how those things come in place. So that installation was not just going through. What is happening throughout that installation is that it's creating your database for you, it's setting your password for you. What you could have created manually when you are using your XAMPP is helping you to do it automatedly, just like an AI will do it. So that's it. So what you saw in that part is that it's simply how to deploy your your CMS locally if you are working with a local database, right? Not online database. Even as it is, if you are not going to follow that model that I explained that is installing it automatically, if you want to deploy your CMS online, after copying your file, which is your WordPress package inside your file manager, let me show you. So this is the part, right? If you go to your cPanel, right, After copying your, you know that for XAMPP, you copied your, what's it called? Your WordPress package, you copied it inside your AT-Docs. The
Yes.
meaning of AT-Docs here too is file manager, right? You
File
copy it inside your file manager. You copy it inside here, right? You see all these things, right? You will see it also inside your AT-Docs folder. That package, you see everything here. See your WP config here. So now, this is where you now set your password. You edit it here. You edit it here. Once you edit it here, you see the database name, database user, database password. You can see that there's the password attached to it online, right? But for local, the password is always empty because XAMPP recognizes no password, right? For your database, it recognizes no. That's why it is empty. So, but for online, because the database is created online, obviously it will have a user and password so that people doesn't hack it, right? So it must have a username and it must have a password. If your database online does not have a password, obviously people will hack your database, right? So it must have a password and a username and a name. So how do you create this database that you are seeing now, right? The same way you created it on your XAMPP, you will go through your cPanel and then go to your database section, phpMyAdmin, the same way you went through, the same way, right? So you go to, now you follow the wizard way so that you can set it up for you easily without disturbing your head. So you create your database, you can call it DBG. You click on next, right? Automatically it has created your database for you. Call this name. So you're going to copy this name, you're going to put it inside your WP config and put it in your database name here, right? You paste it, right? You paste it. You go back to where you are creating your database. You create your username. You can call it DBG root, right? You now set a password for it. You set a password, you generate a password. You can copy. I have copied, use this password, right? Once you do that, you copy the password, you go and paste the password here in this quotes, in between these quotes. You paste the password here. The name of the username, which is here, DBG root, you create it. Once you create it, you create your user. Once you create your user, you see the user here. You create it, you copy it, and then, put it here, right? Once you do that, you save changes, right? Once you save the changes, your database is automatically connected to your CMS. Now you can now go to your to your environment to access it. If I try to access it now here, right, it writes an error establishing your database connection. Reason why, because it does not, we have already created a WordPress CMS already inside that directory, right? So if we want to create another one, we need to now follow the original way, which is what? This is it. I'm coming now. All privilege. I've not finished this. So all privilege, make changes. Good. Now we've successfully created our database, right? Now let's go to our PHP admin to see the connection. Good. We call it DBG, right? DBG. This is it. Now, there's nothing inside it, right? Which means that WordPress tables has not been created to it. So how do you do that? You go back to your web and then launch it. Can you see? So it has a fresh installation now, right? Then you can now launch. You continue like that. The same way you did it for that local. You understand? You will see all these things. You put your site title, blah, blah, blah. You can write this. You can write your username and password, info at something, right? And then install the WordPress, right? Once you do that, it's going to bring something right now. Okay, still loading. So it's asking you to log in with that stuff that we created now. Once you do that, it automatically if we load our PHP MyAdmin, this table that you are not seeing here now, you see the tables now. A lot of tables will have been created. Can you see? So our database have been structured. So I don't know if this answers your questions, right?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you
So
so much.
it's just the difference between is that for example, there's no password. For online, there will always be password. Because like now, for example, let's say you have built your WordPress locally and you want to move your WordPress to online. How do you do that? Right? After moving your files, all your files, right, to your file manager side, after moving it, you can move your database too, right? You can move your database. So once you create that database, the way I created it now, right? Instead of you installing your WordPress, you don't need to install it, right? You just come to this database that you just this. I'm deleting all these tables. I want to drop it. Drop. So right. So it's empty now. There's no database inside. If I go to my here now, it will ask me to install. It will ask me to install WordPress. Now you've successfully moved all your folders to your file manager. Now you want to move your database. You see that XAMPP, you access your PHP admin. You now export your tables from that PHP admin in your local. You will see folders, you will see tables like this there. All you have to do is to check all and export. You export them. It will export them as SQL out. So you will download it. Once you download it, all you have to do is to come here to your database that you just created and then import. You will import it and go and pick it wherever it is. Once you pick it, you import here. Once you import, you will see it will bring out all the database table. Once you bring out all the database table, the only thing you have to do next is to go to your WP config, this particular place, and go and change your table name. This is the table prefix here. You change your table name. So the table name, how do you know your table name? When you import your tables, the first thing you see, WPRR, that's your table prefix. That's what you are going to copy. WPRR underscore. You copy it and go and put it in your what? In your table prefix here, right? And that's all. Once you do that and you save changes, you will see that everything you have in your local will come out on your online. Straightforward. So that's how to move, in case you have developed something on the local and you want to move it to your online. Once you move your web files, which is your web files itself, like your web folder, right? That thing inside your AT-Docs, that thing, the entire thing inside your AT-Docs, you will move it inside your folder. Yeah, like your domain name, where you have your domain name. Yeah, this environment, yeah, you extract it out. Once you do that, you now go to your config and set your new database. You must have created your database through Database Wizard. You set your password and your username just like the way I did. Once you do that, you connect it to your what? To your WP config here. Once you connect it, the next thing for you to do is to import the database, right? You import the database. Obviously, you'll have exported it from your local. You import that exported database and then come here and change the table prefix inside the WP config. That's all. And then you save. That's it. So yeah. So like now for your project, what I'm looking for is your web files, which is the old WordPress file that you have and your database. So like I've already showed you how to export your database. You just come here, you go to your WP, your PHP MyAdmin, you go there. Once you go there, you check all the tables. How do you check all the tables? You just come here down, you check all the tables and export. And export it. Once you export it, it will automatically download. Can you see it? Will download those database. That's what I need. So I need your SQL and I need your what? and I need your web files. So all of them should be zipped inside a folder. That's it. That's what you are doing for your what's it called, for your projects, right? So that's it. Yeah. But
All right, thank you, sir.
yeah. For the record, I will advise everybody use the same templates, right? So I'm going to send that template I just installed now, that I installed live, this template that I'm working with right now, this template. I will advise everybody use this template. You can just try and choose any. There are different look and feel for you to choose here. You can see it inside the demo, right? Inside the demo, see this demo now. Because I've already trashed out our database, so I have to install it again. But you saw it the other time. You saw different kind of demos they have. They have business, corporate, so you can choose any demos you want, import any demos, and then tweak the data, tweak the text, change the images. Those are the things I'm looking for, right? Tweak the data, change the logo, follow the documentations, right? And then export your database, export your web files. That's all, right? That's it. Yep. But if you can go as much as getting a domain name and hosting and putting it on it is fine too, right? It shows that you mean business, right? Like so. That's it. Yep. Any other question?
Yeah, Coach. I don't know how. I hope we can have access to this video after the class.
Okay. Joyce will do that. Joyce.
Because I'm still having little issues in uploading files.
Okay. What part? Where are you having issues? Like uploading your files from where to where?
I think from my PHP config. I'll be from the database, the files, the web files.
So the first thing you have to do, the first thing you have to do is to go to wordpress.org first. Right? Go to wordpress.org. Let me just do this for benefit of others too. The first thing you have to do is to go to your wordpress.org. This is wordpress.org. Once you get WordPress, download this. Once you have the folder, the zip you will have here is what you go and extract inside your AT-Docs. Any zip you get from here, if I download this now, it will pop out with this thing, right? In fact, once you pop out this thing, just go directly to your C. Go to your AT-Docs. Go to your AT-Docs and then save it directly. Once you save it here, it will save this kind of document, this kind of zip for you. See it. It will save this. This is what it will save. So what you will do now, this is your web file. Do you know this is your web file? This is what we call web file. This zip folder is your web file. That's your CMS package. But all you have to do is to extract it out. When you extract it out, you have something like this, WordPress 6.91. When you have this kind of folder, you just have to rename this folder to your what? You can call it SDST. That's the name of your web folder. Renaming it. Once you rename it, open it. You will see your entire web files inside. Your entire web files will be inside. It's because I've not extracted this. It's still downloading. It's still downloading. So I have to wait for it. But let me extract this one that is there, right? Let me extract this. You will see an entire, an entire files inside. Let me open this folder. It has a folder called WordPress. This folder now, if you open this folder, you will see the old web files. Can you see the old web files? This is your WP content. This is where you are uploading your theme. This is where you are putting your theme. Once you put your zip of that thing here, you extract it. It will create another folder for it. Sure, you understand? So this is the old folder that is your web folder. So this entire thing, if I Control X, I'll go and paste it inside my SDST folder. This is my web folder. SDST 2026. This is it. All I have to do from this point is to go to my PHP, my admin, create my database. Once I create my database, I'll come here to this config. Make sure you rename this guy to config. Remove the sample. Rename it to config and edit it. Edit it in Notepad. Once you edit it in Notepad, right? This password, make sure that it's empty here. Username, root. Database, the database you have created in your PHP MyAdmin, that's what you put here. And save it. That's all. That's all you are doing here. That's all. Nothing else. Once you do that, all you now have to do is to go and access this, your SDST 2026 on your web browser. Once you access it, it will automatically bring the installation for you. If you have set this configuration right, it will automatically bring it. I think it's inside that video. To automatically bring it, and then you start installing. You put your, it will ask you for your database name and all of that. You put your database name and you have your dashboard.
Yeah, I think I'm cool with this area. It's just basically hosting when we have to upload the files on our host server.
You mean the cPanel?
Yes, the cPanel.
The cPanel. So if you want to upload it on the cPanel, it is this folder, this complete folder you have done, right? Once you are done with everything you have done, this complete folder, let's say you have finished developing your website and all of that, editing. This folder called SDST, you zip it. Once you zip it, it will create something like, just like this zip something to create it. Once you create it, you come online. You come online to your file manager. You just find your public HTML. This is where you are putting it. Here. You see this thing that you are looking at. You see that it looks like what is here. It looks like what is inside this SDST. Can you see? Exactly. So everything here is expected to be what? To be here. So once you just go and upload that your zip folder. Once you upload it, you extract it out. Once you extract it out, move it outside so that it will come outside like this. That's all. Sure, you understand? Hello?
Yeah. Copy it and upload it. Where I'm looking at this now, I can see.
Okay, I uploaded a zip folder the other time, right?
Yeah.
This in that video, I uploaded one zip folder. This upload. So you pick that zip wherever it is. Let's say I'm picking this.
Okay.
It will upload like this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then go back. You will see where it is that's uploaded, does zip. So this side, you now extract it.
Oh, okay.
Extract. Once you extract, it is the folder automatically for it. This is the folder. It is the folder, you now open the folder. This is not where the files are supposed to stay. The files are supposed to stay outside here, right? So you now select all and move.
Okay.
You will now move it out and press enter.
Okay.
You press and you just move the file. That's all. Everything will be moved outside. That's how to move it. Once you do that, you have already successfully moved your web files. The next thing for you to move is to move your database. And that one is done by extracting it out, then you import it inside. The way I showed you the other time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But you have access to this entire video I think Joyce will do that. I think they are recording it already. Yeah. Yes, it's on record. Yeah. So you have access to this video. Yeah. 9:51. I think if there's any absence of any question, yeah. So because tomorrow I will not be doing this tomorrow, right? We're gonna having a speaker tomorrow. So yeah, Dorcas, yeah. You can
Yes,
talk.
I
You can
want
talk.
to know what. All right, thank you. I want to know what the this second project looks like, because I don't know if I'm correct. That is a group work, but I don't know whether it's still a group work or is that individual. This second project.
I don't think it's a group work, but I want to make a group work actually, but I don't know how you guys can collaborate to have it in group project, right? In the sense that maybe I will discuss this with Joyce, and I will know if it's going to be a group work. I will let you know. If it's going to be an individual, I'll let you know, right? So maybe probably there'll be a
All
team.
right.
I don't know how it's going to be chosen. I think there are groups already. I think there are groups already, right? So yeah. So in those groups, I think you just have to work together. Maybe create a, because next week, throughout next week will be your, but I would really love it to be a group work because I want you guys to work hand in hand together to exchange knowledge so that you guys can, sharpen each other, right? Because I believe that web development sometimes and software development, sometimes you need people to engage you if you are not getting something through, and you guys can brainstorm based on what you have learned and all of that. So in that, ideas are flowing and ideas are being shared instead of you just asking questions from the coach every time. You understand? You obviously have a team member that understand it better than you, and it's not a crime to do that. You understand? You can. So with that, you have knowledge to share and all of that. So, and creativity can also come from there. You have somebody that has a better idea on how something should be created, and then you can also tap in from there to, to have your own light shine. So I would love it to be a group project, right? I would love it to be a group project. So I'll just say group. I don't know how many groups we have, but I'm going to ask Joyce, right? So that each group will just pick a template in this one of these demos. So maybe group one we pick business, group two we pick event and conference, maybe group three we pick startup, a startup website, maybe group four we pick a catering website, and like that. So we just know that, you understand. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it a group project. I think group project is. Do you guys like group projects, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it should be good for, yeah. Okay, there's 5 groups, 5 subgroups. Okay, good, awesome. So I'm going to share the what each groups will be doing. Like you've seen the template already. So all you just have to do, import your own template on your own group. So make sure you work with your own template and then try and edit, customize, brainstorm and do installation together and all of that. So you're going to submit it by group. Do you understand? So, and I think there's a group leader. So make sure that every team contributes something. I want to see each person saying, this is what I was able to contribute to this website. This is what I was able to contribute to this website. I don't want it to be like, we just did something. I'm going to be asking questions to know that, okay, if you really did this, what do you do here? So I want to know what you do here. What does Tai or Kende or Tai Team A or like Emeka, what do you do here? What does Prince Diego did here? And Dorcas, what do you do here? So I want to know what you contributed to those websites to have it informed, right? Right. So yeah. So are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think we're good.
Okay, good. I didn't. I was not hearing. Some people did not talk here. Like Petra, Rebecca was not talking. Moses was not saying anything. Eunice, nothing.
Sorry,
To
coach.
see
I don't
anybody
know
come to
if
my
you have.
DM again. Ebube,
Sir, coach, are you there?
Precious. Nobody should
Hey,
come to
coach.
my
Sorry.
DM. I will not answer you. Honestly,
Okay,
I will
sorry.
not answer
So that I don't come to your DM, I
you.
actually have a
Okay.
bit of knowledge. So
Okay.
the web resources that was sent to us, I don't know. I'm finding it difficult to access mine. I don't know if it's something that you can maybe show us how to access it on the
Oh,
live session. I don't know. Just because I can access mine as
okay.
well.
I let I have to say okay,
Yeah.
wait. I don't
Prince, have
know.
you checked the new link that was sent to the tech group, the tech track subgroup? A
Yeah. That's
new
the particular
drive
one.
has been sent.
That's the particular one I'm
Okay, maybe you
talking.
don't know how were you able to download it first? Because you have to download it first.
Yeah, I think I did the downloading,
If
but
you download it, so okay, after downloading it, you need to access a folder called HTML. To that folder called HTML, you will see something called default something inside it. That is what you are running. You're going to run that default. Like you run it, open it through your browser. That's when you have the resources you want, right? And if you want the CSS resources, you go to that folder, you access CSS folder, and then you will see a default something inside also, and then open it through your browser, and then you have resources to your CSS too. That's how you can gain access to it. Is that clear?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't
Okay,
mind
cool.
if you resend it to the group, please, if possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
should we do that? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm free to go, right? Everybody's saying I'm free to go now. No more,
Yes, you are free
no
to go, but
trouble.
I will still come to your DM.
Don't come to my DM. Oh my God! If you
I,
are
I,
coming
I
to my
have,
DM, just make sure you are coming on a clear note. I don't want to hear anything I've
yeah.
said here. It should
We'll
be
still
like
come to your DM.
okay. It should be like okay. It should be on the project. In fact, I'm fine. I want to answer questions on projects. It should be on projects. Don't let it be on or everything I've said today, Sha. Don't let it be on anything else. If it's something
Yeah.
that's outside everything I've said today, in fact, you have all my time. Yeah, you have all my time.
Yeah,
I
the
think
thing is, I had network issues. That's why I was trying for a very long time to connect, but it's not going
Oh,
to.
that means you have to have
Yeah,
access to this video then. You have to have access. A lot has, a
definitely.
lot has been shared today.
Honestly.
A lot, a lot.
Okay.
Even me,
Likewise me too.
I
Likewise
don't
me too
know
because I dropped a message earlier on. It's raining heavily here, so the thing is affecting my network.
how.
Hey,
Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. This is Precious, Abby.
the,
yes.
Okay, no
the,
problem.
the, the the lectures are going down very well with me.
Okay, good. I like that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm free to go in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you
Thank
so
Thank
you.
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you, Coach.
you.
We really appreciate
Bye.
it.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
coach.
Good
Bye,
night.
sir.
Thanks so
Yeah,
much. I really appreciate.
Thank you, coach.
yeah.
Please, before you guys go, I wanted to remind you that the quiz is closing in the next few hours. By 11:59 it's going to be closed. So if you have not done it, please go and do it. And please, your teamwork, you guys should interact as a team. Like you guys should bond and talk. We don't, I or Coach Ruth, you will not see our response on your group chat except you tag us to a message. So feel free to interact. If you guys need to have a call to do your project, please do that so that you can work together as a team. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. See you all tomorrow at the with your guest speaker. Don't forget. Thank you.
So,
Bye.
hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, for the project, will the brief will be sent to us to our groups, right?
Yes, by Monday you should get the
By
email.
Monday. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All
Bye
right.
guys. Good night.
Good night.
All
Bye.
right, man. Thank you.